Indiana, number 46, selects Kenny Williams, Barton County, Kansas Junior College. The Philadelphia 76ers will pick next.
Ken Williams from Elizabeth City State in North Carolina. Barton Community College was that selection. We'll be right back.
Now you can get kitchens and bathrooms from Time Life Books' popular series, Home Repair and Improvement, for just $1.99. I'll be back to tell you how.
Hi, I'm Bob Vila. You know, for years I've been helping people turn average homes into their dream houses, like Dave and Marianne Corbett.
That's right, Bob. You know, for one thing, the kitchen, it's too dark.
Maybe some track lighting would help.
We're also thinking of putting new tiles in here.
Hey, that's a great idea. They'll stand up to all kinds of wear and tear. Most people don't realize how easy it is to transform a home and increase its value with a few simple projects. All it takes is a little imagination, a little hard work, and the right tools, including the Home Repair and Improvement series from Time Life Books. These books will help you with practically any home improvement job. From cutting new bathroom tiles, to laying them, to sealing the grout, even if it's as involved as rewiring for new lighting or replacing a sink. These books can give you all the help you'll need. Well, Dave, I can see you guys have done a lot in the past couple of weeks.
That's right, Bob. I've added the new track lighting.
We even built this island.
To order your first book, Kitchens and Bathrooms, just call this toll-free number for a free 15-day examination. Other books will follow, one about every other month, on the same free trial basis, like plumbing, adding on, and walls and ceilings. So what do you two have planned next?
Well, in the living room...
We're planning to turn one wall into an entertainment center.
Time Life's Home Repair and Improvement series can even help you with that. Remember, your home is your single biggest investment. With a little effort, a little imagination, and a little help from Time Life Books, you can make sure it keeps on growing in value.
Call now for your free examination of kitchens and bathrooms. If you decide to keep it, pay just $1.99. That's $10 off the regular price. Future volumes will follow about every other month with the same free examination. Buy only the ones you want, cancel anytime. As an added bonus, you'll also get the Stanley tape measure free. So pick up the phone. We're ready to take your call.
And Rod Thorne is ready now with the 20th pick of the second round.
We have another trade to announce. For New Jersey, not selecting Dennis Scott with the first pick in the draft. Seattle conveys the draft rights to Judd Buechler, the 38th pick in the draft, to the Nets.
For not selecting him, they got the 38th pick, and it's three number twos.
The 76ers select Derek Strong of Xavier. Number 48, Phoenix, will select next.
So Derek Strong is selected by Philadelphia. This is a young man a lot of folks thought would go earlier also. Derek Strong, 6'7", hard worker, good solid shooter, and again, a lot of people thought that he would go a little bit earlier than he did.
I think this will be a good pick for Philadelphia. You have to think about, you know, Ricky Mahorn as a power forward, had some back problems off and on. This kid will give them a legit power player along the front line, young, fresh legs. You can see his shot blocking ability there. So I think this is a good pick for Philadelphia to get this kind of kid this low in the draft.
Interesting that he originally was listed in the media guide as being 6'10", but he was measured down there, I think it was in Orlando, at 6'7½". But obviously a strong player inside. Kind of reminds you a little bit when he plays in there. Not that anybody is quite like Charles Barkley, but with the ability to play down inside.
Now, I think we ought to talk, Bob, a little bit about Kenny Williams from Indiana. Obviously, we got the scoop on him here. He was one of the top high school players in the nation in 1988, along with Sean Kemp, Billy Owens, Alonzo Mourning, and Chris Jackson. You look at his size, you think about maybe a raw Sean Kemp. He had 102 dunks in 31 games this year. As a high school senior, averaged 37 points a game, signed with North Carolina, did not predict. So this could be one of those players that is a raw young player that you give a little chance to progress and could be a real good player.
Potential sleeper for Indiana. Indiana gets Antonio Davis in the 18th pick of the second round and followed it up with Ken Williams, and then Derek Strong went to Philadelphia. Phoenix is going to select next, the 21st pick in the second round. The Phoenix Suns earlier in this round took Nigel Knight, the guard. Phoenix also took Jason Williams earlier. So Cotton Fitzsimmons and his folks working overtime here to make their next selection. We have only about 8 picks left in the 1990 draft.
You know, a good pick here might be Sean Higgins. You know, a guy who can shoot the basketball. They want a small forward that can maybe back up Eddie Johnson. So, you know, they've got a backup now to Nigel Knight can back up Kevin Johnson. They got a power forward to back up Rambus. This could give him a chance maybe to get a small forward to back up Eddie Johnson.
Sean Higgins, an early entry from the University of Michigan, is 6'8", light 6'8". He's only about 195 pounder. So it is possible that he could go here.
Yeah, well, again, I mean, when you're at this stage in the draft and everything, you're trying to look at your position and see what's there. Probably of all of the players who are still remaining, Higgins would be the one player that is a little surprising that perhaps he's lasted this long. But again, when you come out early from college, unless you really are a superstar type of a player, it's very difficult to be able to get picked up in the first round. And Higgins obviously one of those players that's kind of borderline.
All right, let's go to Rod Thorne.
With the 50th pick in the 1990 NBA draft, the Phoenix Suns select Cedric Sabalas, Cal State Fullerton. The Los Angeles Lakers will select next.
So Cedric Sabalas is selected by Phoenix. He's 6'7½", 210 from Cal State Fullerton. Good scorer. His range a little suspect. Possible 2 guard is a position he could play. We'll continue with the draft right after this.
Be there. Again. And again.
Let's push ourselves right now. Let's go.
For your copy of the official NBA World Championship video, call 1-800-638-9600. That's 1-800-638-9600 for the NBA World Championship video.
Wow.
This is a pump. This is an interesting pump. It works right here. You have a little ball on the front, and you just like pump it up. You pump the tongue, and it has an air bladder inside that compresses the air in the shoe.
So you can put it up to the level, you know, where you want it.
That's good when you're playing basketball, you know. You need comfort. So, give me that. And when you want to release, it's a button on the back. And you push it, and it releases the air. Ooh, where do you get these? You must be bad or something.
Pump it up.
A half dozen picks remain in the second round, but Steve, let's quickly recap the first round. Dennis Scott, the big name. Seattle gets 2 second-round picks in future years for not taking him. Seattle sends a pick to New Jersey for not taking him. What's going on?
Well, he was the most valuable pick in the first round. He seemed to draw a lot of attention. A lot of people were concerned about him and willing to make some deals in order not to see him leave.
Bo Kimball, of course, followed his friend Lionel Simmons from LaSalle, who went to Sacramento. Bo, of course, goes to the Clippers. Clippers improved themselves greatly.
Well, I think that they did, and as we look through it all, I think there were some surprises, but the biggest surprise was that the big guys dropped down to the bottom.
And for our next pick, we'll be going to Rod Thorne as we continue with our coverage of the second round. Here's Rod.
With the 49th pick, the Dallas Mavericks select Phil Henderson of Duke. Phoenix will select 50th.
So the Dallas Mavericks make their first draft choice this year. It comes in the 22nd round, 22nd pick of the second round. It is Phil Henderson, a good, quick guard here for Duke, obviously a smart player. And remember that Dallas, by the trade route, have picked up Rodney McRae and Fat Lever previously.
Well, when you look at this young man, he had a very, very good senior year. He took his team into the NCAA finals. He can score. He has a slight build, but he has shown an ability to get his shot off in traffic. You see him here. He has good three-point range on his shot. And when you talk about Dallas, there's no pressure on him to go in and play right now. You've got a 3-guard rotation with Fat Lever and Derek Harper and Orlando Blackman. You also have Brad Davis there, who's probably going to retire in the next year or so. So he's got a chance to maybe step in and make that ball club.
Might be a sleeper.
Definitely. I mean, he certainly has some ability. I mean, a player that's probably not real thrilled to see him going there is a guy by the name of Steve Alford.
Well, that's right. As a matter of fact, Marty Blake, the director of scouting for the NBA, thought that this player was a top 30 player. So if you look at it that way and the way that Marty Blake makes the projections, Dallas gets a steal, and they also, remember, have Rodney McRae, always been one of my favorite players, and they picked up Fat Lever, the best rebounding guard in the NBA.
Yeah, they did themselves real well, I think, and Henderson is an excellent pick this far down in the draft. Plus, on top of that, I mean, Dallas has had a lot of problems with people and their personalities and their problems off the court. This is one young man that they more than likely will not have to worry about, a quality person coming out of the Duke program.
You know, Bob, when you think of Dallas team right now, okay, you talk about McCray, if they can re-sign Sam Perkins. You've got Tarpley, if he stays well. You've got Donaldson. You've got Herb Williams. So five big guys on the front. You've got three good guards. So they could very well vault right back into that Western Conference picture and be a team that you would have to say could get to the finals.
Richie Adobado's going to be happy about that.
You bet.
All right, coming up next in the draft, we'll have Phoenix selecting in a pick that they got from Chicago. Almost all of these selections here came via the trade route as we go down to the last 6 picks of the 1990 draft. It was Cedric Cabales going to Phoenix before Henderson went to Dallas, and it was Derek Strong to Philadelphia. So now let's go to Rod Thorne.
Phoenix selects Milos Babic, Tennessee Tech. The Los Angeles Lakers will select 51st.
Okay, this is the point in the draft to where all of our draft experts are flipping through all the pages looking for the details on this player who could really be the sleeper in the draft. Don't go to sleep, because we'll be right back.
They perform like great athletic shoes. And for a limited time, when you buy 4 B.F. Goodrich TA tires, get your favorite team jacket free. Distinctive styling. 100% cotton. With your choice of 26 Major League team logos. Hustle into a participating dealer for great performance tires and your free team jacket.
He will be 20 years younger than his my friends all got the college loan blues. They sing a line of oh you, not me. I let the army pay for my degree. I got confidence and maturity. Oh, now I'm being all I can be. Got an edge on life in the army.
So Phoenix taking Milos Babic, who is a 7-footer, 240-pounder who played at Tennessee Tech in the Ohio Valley Conference. He is due to go back to Yugoslavia, so obviously Phoenix thinking ahead and getting the draft rights to that player. Now let's go to Steve Jones.
Well, Craig Sager, we're down here with some new information. Miami stays active. Rory Sparrow was traded to Sacramento in exchange for the rights to Bimbo Coles. Bimbo Coles is a younger version of Roy Sparrow. I'm kind of surprised, but the Heat showing that they're willing to take some chances.
I'll tell you what, Bimbo Coles led the Metro Conference in scoring 3 consecutive seasons. He can put the ball in the hoop, no doubt about it. We continue with our coverage of the second round. Rod Thorne getting ready for the next pick.
Before we announce the Laker pick, we have another trade. Miami trades Rory Sparrow to Sacramento in exchange for the draft rights to Bimbo Coles, the 40th pick in the draft. The Los Angeles Lakers select Tony Smith, Marquette. Cleveland will select 52nd.
So Tony Smith of Marquette was selected. He is 6'4", 205 pounds, and he goes to the Los Angeles Lakers, the 24th pick in the second round. We'll be right back to New York.
People keep asking me how it felt to be in the first Jamaican bobsled team. Well, let me tell you, man, it was cold, freezing. See, coming from Jamaica, the only thing I like cold is the Miller Lite. Light's not some watered-down version of your regular beer. It's a less filling beer that really tastes great. And let me tell you, man, Jamaican bobsledders will be ready in 92. Keep trading, man. Going for the gold next time.
You gotta believe when it's Miller Lite, less filling tastes great.